Welcome to Open Source Options. I want to show you how you can use GeoAI to automatically detect water from aerial imagery today. And for that, we're going to use the GeoAI plugin. So let's start by going to Manage and Install Plugins. And now we can search for GeoAI. We want this first one here, the GeoAI plugin for QGIS. You'll notice we have the Moon Dream, we have semantic segmentation, we have instance segmentation, we have SamGeo, deep forest, water segmentation. This is the one we want. We're going to click Install Plugin. This is going to install pretty quickly, and now we can close. Now you'll notice here that once we've done this, we have the GeoAI toolbar here. If you don't see this, you can right click and go to toolbars and find the GeoAI toolbar here to turn it on. Now, to do water detection, we're going to use the water segmentation option here, okay? And if you're using this for the first time, you'll see this opens a new panel. If you're doing this for the first time, you will be prompted to install dependencies first. I've installed this before, so the dependencies are already there and I do not need to install. Okay, the next step is to add in a raster layer. So I have some, let me go find what I'm looking for here. So it'll take me just a sec to navigate to it. Okay, so I've added this image in here. It's a NAIP, National Agricultural Imagery Program image. We can look at the properties here. We can see that it has about 700 columns and about 1,300 rows. And the cell pixel size is 1 meter by 1 meter. You'll notice over here, we can now click refresh to select our image and any others we have. And then we can select a preset if we want to. Here we can do a custom, NAIP, Sentinel, or Landsat. We'll use NAIP because that's what we have here. And then we have processing settings. So if you have a GPU, when you install the dependencies and install this plugin, it will automatically detect that. Here, you can choose CUDA for the GPU, which I have, or the CPU. Now, just note this can use up a lot of GPU memory. So my GPU is smaller than a laptop. I only have 6 gigabytes of memory, and if I try to do an image larger than this, it will fail because it does not have enough memory. So just be aware of that. You can adjust your batch size and your patch size and your overlap size as needed. Here we can use OSM to refine things. We'll keep that checked for now. And then we can also generate vector polygons. So we'll go ahead and do this, and we will save the output here. I'll do test water like this, and I'll replace the one that I've used, making sure I test this for you. And we'll do a test water geo package for this also. Okay, so now we have this ready to go. All we have to do is hit run segmentation, and it's gonna start running the algorithm. So I'll hit run, and then I'll pause the video as this goes because it's going to take a few minutes to complete. Okay, you can see that it's starting, and I'll bring you back when we have any more information. Okay, our segmentation is complete. That took about 5 minutes to finish on my machine. We get a report here. You can see it says the 26 total water bodies were detected, and our outputs were added right in to QGIS. Now we can zoom in and take a look at this. All right, so we can see that it's done generally a pretty good job. I'm going to turn off the water mask. This can be kind of a hard thing to do. You can see we've missed a little bit here, but it's in really narrow spots of the stream. And over here, we've extended out into the shadow, and we have some shadowed areas here. But generally, this has done a really good job of detecting water. And now if we needed to, we could go in and adjust, turn this off. That looks like it's actually water coming in over here maybe. We could go in and edit uh, our polygon to adjust this as needed. All right, so that's really how easy it can be to identify water in QGIS using GeoAI. Really great plugin, really easy to use. You can see here, this is really neat how we've um, uh, these beaver dams or log jams have been avoided. So um, anyway, there you go. Hopefully this is something that you can add to your workflow and that helps you out. Thanks for watching. If you have questions or want to see other videos, please let me know and I will do my best to get to those.